and his people the right to start their lives again.
It's something which I will never forget. When just coming out of the court with this to ask that it is a victory for the Sagosian people, a small people upon a big power.
Premier jugement là, nous tous tenons la joie dans nous l'équipe, nous tous contents. Nous disons anglais puis un sentiment humain.
Quand vient sa victoire là, on sentiment à l'aise. Qui me tient pensé, me pouvais tout mon pays natal, me pouvais tout cimetière à côté de mon grande famille. Moi, tu penses tout encore une fois, nous sommes la place et que nous sommes la mer, quand nous prenons nos naissances.
However, the Foreign Office had other ideas. Within hours of the High Court judgment, it announced that the government would not allow the islanders back to Diego Garcia, the main island where most of them came from. Robin Cook told me that he said it would have been politically impossible to allow the Chagosians to go back to Diego Garcia because they had a treaty with the United States.
Well, the first thing to point out there is that this is British sovereign territory. The British have a duty to their own citizens. They have the legal power to tell the Americans what policy and what immigration law they're putting in place on the islands. But in the meantime, we've signed a couple of pieces of paper with the Americans, and we now regard our obligations to them as paramount. I just don't see the logic of that.
And to keep the people from the rest of the Chagos Islands, the Foreign Office invoked something called a feasibility study, which would question if people could survive in this idyllic place where they had lived for 6 generations. This study consulted not a single inhabitant of the Chagos Islands. After the High Court victory, the government promised the islanders that at least they could visit the graves of their families. Boats were chartered here in Port Louis, Mauritius, but they never set sail. Baroness Amos, Tony Blair's leader of the House of Lords, explains why they never went back.
We chartered a vessel. Unfortunately, the vessel was not made available. We are happy to reinstate any such visit, but it would not include Diego Garcia because of the reluctance of the US government.
The president of Mauritius, Kasamu Team, took her up on this.
So I said to the Baroness, I said, Britain has no objection. She said, no, Britain has not. She said, do you allow me to take the matter up with President Bush? She said, by all means. And this is what I did. I wrote to President Bush